morning, YouTube. Haven't made a video in a long time. I've been busy with a whole bunch of stuff, and so I wanted to put out a video. It's another one for my finance community. So I've been noticing, I haven't really talked about real estate, partially because at the time when I started the channel, I just wasn't really focused on that. I was more focused on the finance and investing and budgeting and that sort of thing, which I still am, and I'm still doing that in the background. And I will got more videos to come, but I wanted to kind of touch base on the whole real estate market right now. So one thing that I've noticed, and at first I thought it was just one place, like one particular sector, but it's just really like all over in the real estate market, where the homes are overly priced. I think ever since COVID happened, homes were like extraordinary price, way out of what they were worth, and people were real estate agents were so used to home buyers paying over the asking price without inspections and all sorts of crazy nonsense. So I think that it's starting to die down a little bit, but people are still expecting that. So if you are in the market, or looking to get a buy a home, purchase a home, so you're better off just honestly getting your own, whatever market that you're looking to get into. Just go and get a real estate license yourself. Like, it's really not that hard. It's very, very simple. You just go onto the state website, find out what classes you have to take online. I do believe it could all be done under $1,000. But once you buy your home, you're saving yourself the cost of a realtor that's selling you the property, or that's helping you buy the property. I mean, you're obviously gonna have to pay the sellers, realtors commissions, or however you decide to structure the deal. But you should definitely take the courses, even if you don't want to be a realtor, but if you just only want to do it to be able to buy your home. It is very, very beneficial. And also, one thing that I've learned to that I wouldn't even, it kind of people overlook is never pay the asking price. Never, ever, ever pay the asking price. I don't care what they tell you, how well they try to, the language that they try to use, like highly sought after community. This is a hidden gem. You're gonna get the potential, all that. Like, anytime people start talking about potential in the real estate game, those are pipe dreams. They're selling hope and despair. Like, it's crooked, it's unhonest, and when you get a real estate agent, put them on the fire. And what I mean by that, like, question them, ask them how long have they been doing it. When a realtor, when someone make sure you ask direct questions, and don't stop asking that question until you get direct answers. What I mean is, I went to a realtor, and actually I went to a couple. I think I went through like 5-6 realtors, and they're so thirsty to sell homes. Like, it's almost better to get someone with a real estate license that it's not their main job, because it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out the real estate market in the area. Like, if you're trying to move to a new area, honestly, the best thing to do is just you can literally do the research yourself. Like you have free access to the same tools and instruments that them realtors are gonna use. They're just not telling you. All you got to do, if you want to find out what the property lines are, all you got to do is go on the GIS of that county and look up the look at the property's address, and you're going to find out the same information that realtor, if they're a good realtor, that they have, So definitely make sure you do your own research. Do not depend on a realtor. That'll be like depending on a used car salesman, because that's essentially what they are. Now, I know I said a lot of things about realtors. Now, let me just go ahead and say this. All realtors are not bad, okay? All realtors, I'm not saying all realtors are bad, but I'm also going to let you know that all used car salesmen or car salesmen are not bad. Not all of them are bad. So if you get my drift, you catch my drift, that's where I'm going with it. So, I mean, it is what it is. This is only going to hurt the ones who are the bad ones and who are the snakes trying to scam people out of their money. I do believe in the home buying process. I do believe in being informed. Always make sure you have an inspection. Never buy a property without having an inspection. Now, I know I'm no one, so I don't expect you to take my word for it. And this is on the internet. However, what I will say is that if you come across anyone who is saying, "Oh, this is a good deal, this is going to get scooped up and everything like that," listen. For the past few months, I've been doing nothing but looking at properties, and a lot of this is, frustration and whatever. But I haven't, let's be clear. The first thing that I want to definitely, let's be clear, because I know there's going to be someone in the comments, whether it's a realtor or someone else that catches feelings and say, well, that's not how my market is, that's not how my team operates, or whatever the case is, or that was a fluke that he experienced that. I've went through multiple realtors in multiple different markets around the country and the U.S., to include Hawaii. So I've been looking throughout multiple units in multiple markets. So let's get that out on the table. Let's get that out. Let's get that straight out. At least 20 states. I'm not going to sit here and name them all, but I just wanted to put that out there just because I know people are going to be like, oh, well, in this market, whatever. So everyone wants to claim how unique their market is. So, but I do a way to find a good realtor. Find out how long they've been doing it. Number one. Number two, it is very important that you ask that realtor and make them show you a resume. Make them show you some proof of what exactly they've sold. Or not what they sold, but their niche and what they're selling. So, as an example, I ask a realtor, say, hey, I want to know what you specialize in. Do you specialize in investment properties? That's one broad, it's a broad subject. Or do you specialize in, just selling to the, average, Joe Schmo homeowner, someone that's looking to buy their starter home or whatever. Someone's just looking to buy a home that they're wanting to live in. So once you get that out, and also commercial properties as well. So, but you want to find out what they say with that from the gate. And then let's say they say, I specialize in, investment properties. Then obviously you want to go into more detail, find out exactly, fill them out. Find out exactly what, as far as investment properties, what kind of investment properties do they focus on? Do they focus on, quads and under, four units and under, or do they focus on, 5 and above? Those all the reason why I say it like that. And please don't, take my word for it. But do your own research. Look at a couple of more videos. Google, whatever you got to do. But just don't take my word for it. But they all mean different things. But depending on the type of units that they focus on trying to sell, or do they, are they more like a buyer's realtor, or a seller's realtor? And also the thing to be, to be informed about as well. If there's someone who's if you're trying to buy your first home, be cautious about using someone who is an investment realtor, like someone who mainly focuses on investments and stuff like that, because like when you're if I'm coming to you and I invest in real estate, and I'm saying I'm looking for a triplex or whatever the case is, right? That realtor is going to find, like, they'll do their best to find you a triplex in whatever type of market you're looking in. Like, that I'll give them. But the standards, as far as like, oh, well, you're not living in it, so we can sell you something that you need to work on fixing. Like, minor fixes obviously is acceptable, minor stuff, cosmetic stuff. But when you start getting into the whole like structural, trying to do some structural type stuff, like that's unacceptable. So at least depending on the type of investor you are, because some investors will go for stuff like that, but figure that part out. That'll determine whether or not you are going to go with that realtor, stay with that realtor, or you may want to go in a different direction. But also definitely play close attention to the amount of years that they've been doing it, number one. Number two, how many units, roughly about how many units they sell on average a year. And then also, do they have their own investment properties? And if so, how many do they have? So all this you want to be knowing. Like, I feel like, to be fair, someone who's been doing it for about like between 8 and 10 years, and who has about at least like 5 to 12, at least 5 properties. We'll just say at least 5 properties. I think that's reasonable for the realtor. They're still like kind of a little bit new, haven't been in the game super duper long, but they know what they're seasoned. They're well seasoned. So you really want to be cautious on someone who's got like under like 4 to 3 years. You want to be cautious with that person, because they haven't. I promise you, they haven't really experienced the whole market, like the life cycle of the real estate market, because obviously real estate changes every I'm gonna say 7 to 10 years. So you really want to make sure you get someone who's experienced, a broad range of what the market, the ups and downs and stuff like that. So I'm gonna cut the video at that. I don't want to make the video too long, but if you do like the content in this video, and I know there's a lot of topics that I did not bring up or discuss, please feel free to hit me in the comments. Let me know. I'm not a real estate agent. I am an investor in real estate. So but I do. I've been doing this for close to like 15 years. So I do know a little bit about what I'm talking about. So aside of that, hit me up. Scans Finance. And let me know, if this resonates with you, and if you think someone else can benefit from this video, send it to them. And please like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. It really helps out with my algorithm. And I will have more finance videos to come as well, to address what's going on in the market. Again, have a great day. Bye.